I think you know the why, but the conjunctive second half of the why is the how. How do we keep our enthusiasm? How do we keep our passion? How do we keep our relationships together in the midst of a pandemic that is far greater than COVID? I mean, the key letters in pandemic are panic. And that's how it's been for all of 2020. So I'm going to, as part of reminding you of the why, I want to share strategic, simple, because strategic usually means complicated. I'm going to have to take a lot of notes. You can remember these 4 things. These are 4 simple things that I use to get through my very hard work as a dental consultant and writing and speaking and serving in the community and major health issues. I spend about 10, 20 hours of my week just trying to stay healthy. So here's what I do. If any of it, part of it, all of it can help you, please utilize it. 1, focus, focus, focus. That sounds simple, but I want to break it down. What we mean by that is there is no time stacking. There is no multitasking. You cannot do 3 things at one time. There's a whole body of research now that tells us instead of doing a bunch of things at one time, what your brain is really doing is a little hummingbird thing. It's going from one task to the next, to the next. So nothing's quite finished. And we often become masters of mediocrity or frustrated because we haven't finished anything. The laundry's over there, the dishwasher's half unloaded, or the project's not complete that was due. We haven't called the people back because we picked up the phone and we saw a tweet that was interesting to us and went down that rabbit hole. Carve out 10 minutes, 15 minutes, an hour for whatever is your highest priority right then, and do that and do only that. It will soothe your mind, quiet your mind. You'll be more effective. You'll be more creative. And if you're working from home, I live alone, but I have people, my grandkids here sometimes, my sons come over, and I put this on my door to my office. If you're working at a table, have some type of visual thing that you put next to you. This has red in it because it means fire. I am doing something important, and if there's not blood or a fire, do not talk to me right now. Now, I don't leave it there all day. Don't do that. Don't leave it there all day and leave your poor spouse or mother or whomever with those bad kids. Everybody understands now that there are going to be things going on in the background, interruptions. That's why God made a mute button. But during those critical times, so that you can do the great work I need you to do for your company, have a visual symbol. Do not disturb me just for these few moments. And talk to your family about it. That might not be what they want. You want to do it in a family-friendly, relationship-centric way. But sometimes we need a moment. We just need a moment. The second one, schedule your nervous breakdowns. Schedule your nervous breakdowns. You've got Outlook. You've got a Google Calendar. Why break down randomly at happy hour with your friends, in the bathroom, with the kids' fingers coming under the door, the spouse bamming, why are you in there so long? Or just outside for that pretend walk you went on because you were sick of everybody and you're crying, walking around the block, alarming the neighbors. Schedule it. I schedule my pity parties. I've got one on Saturday at 2:30. Anderson, party of one. And I am going to intensely and intently just cry and wail and listen to sad old musicals from Broadway. And when my time is up, I'll be done with that. And it's done. It's done for a few weeks. I don't have to do it again. Schedule your nervous breakdowns. I say it in gist, but it may be that you need some me time. You may need to meditate. Whatever you need to do, schedule it. Don't let it just happen in the middle of a meeting. And remember to touch your dreams. to keep your dreams in mind, to feed your dreams. You've got passions, you've got dreams, you've got ideas for this company that are beyond what's on your job description. And so often when we're caregivers, when we're involved in intense, difficult work, when we're in relationships, we put down that thing that feeds us, that brings us joy, that makes us most happy. We just put it down and leave it. What I'm saying to you is a few times a week, run back and touch it. Run back and feed it. Write some notes. Watch a TED Talk. Play your instrument. Make yourself whole and healthy on every level. It's also going to make you more creative, more effective, and a better team member, whether at home or at work. It is so, so important that you feed your dreams, to fuel your passions, that makes you uniquely you. And last, choose your attitude. It is a choice. Choose your attitude. Other people can't make you do anything. You decide how you're going to react. If someone cuts me off and I start yelling and screaming, I choose to do that, because if an ambulance does the same thing, I may be a little perturbed, but I'm not going to lose my mind because I recognize that that's an urgent situation that they're dealing with. You have a choice as to how you respond to whatever factors are coming at you. And I'll tell you about my friend. She had breast cancer, traditional chemotherapy and radiation with all that goes with it. With the millions of people out there, and Susan G. Komen, you're all familiar with the trials of people who have breast cancer. She had this beautiful, beautiful long curly hair, right? And no one wants to lose their hair, but for us girls in particular, that's a big deal when we lose our hair. So she went to bed one night with a head full of hair, y'all. Woke up the next morning, 3 strands of hair. Everything else had fallen out. 3 strands of hair. She gets up, all of her hair is on her pillow. She went into the bathroom, looked in the mirror, and she said, I think I'll braid my hair today. And she braided those 3 strands, shook her head, and went on with her life. The next night, she goes to bed, she wakes up, she looks in the mirror, 2 strands of hair, 2 strands of hair on her entire head. And she said, you know what? I'm going to do a 2-strand twist. And she twisted her hair and chose to be happy with her day, to go out, enjoy her life, enjoy her relationships, enjoy her opportunities, be grateful for shelter over her head, transportation, food to eat. She chose to move forward with grace. The next morning, you know already, she woke up, 1 strand of hair coming out of the top of her head, 1 long strand of hair. She said, you know what? I always looked good in a ponytail. She went on with her day. She went on with her life. And that final day, a few days later, when she woke up and she was bald, and I can't even imagine. I've had to deal with a lot of side effects, but my hair is cut like this, as my uncle says, in that rather unfortunate style. When you turn 80, you must get a license to just say whatever you want to. I like it. Anyway, she wakes up, no hair whatsoever. She looks in her mirror, grabs a cap, and says, I'm so glad I don't have to do my hair today. And that's what I want for you. That's what I want to share. We get to choose. There are hard times, there are tough times, there are times we break down, but we can choose to rebound, choose to stand again, choose to fight. That's what I do. That's